Good luck to all here now, barring Don Trump, who spent his career talking out of his rump. I wish that ye may lord our brides and put out, for sure nobody's who is safe from that load. I come from the land that is already great, 'cause we reject racism, bullies and hate. Bigotry, fascism, misogyny, real equality makes us the land of the free. If you criticise Trump, he gets awfully put out. He can't take the heat but can sure dish it out. He takes to the Twitter sphere, raves and he rants with posts that are paranoid and ignorant. That's really a shame, for he has quite a flair for improvised comedy and for bad hair. It seems that the Donald just can't take a joke, even when his gob's covered with runny egg yolk. Give a kick up the arse now to Donald J. Trump, whose soul is a festering foul rubbish dump. Bigoted, narcissist, racist and mean, a thin-skinned misogynist, vile drama queen. 'Twas Trump's granda Fred Trump first came to New York, not that he was exactly looking for work, rather it seems he was dodging the draft, and besides he'd no time for the winemaker's craft. Then he made his way out to the Wild West frontier, and there he sold liquors much stronger than beer. He ran flea bags and brothels infested with whores, till the Mounties cracked down and out Fred shut his doors. Fred Trump then came back to his old hometown, intending to marry and there settle down. He excused his long absence as helping his ma, but there they said, "Shag off, you've broken the law." In Germany men must all do their fair share, serve the Kaiser in person, not from their armchair. So they deported his draft dodge and arse from Deutschland, and back in Queens Fred Trump is dodgy biz spawned. Fred's son and Don's dad was also called Fred. Of his shady business deals you may have read. To tenants of colour he'd say go away, and it seems he had ties to the old KKK. Young Donald then picked up where old Fred left off to. Prospective black tenants, Don Trump says, shag off. He's backed by notorious racist Dave Duke, which makes decent folk everywhere want to puke. Give a kick up the arse now to Donald J. Trump, whose soul is a festering foul rubbish dump. Bigoted, narcissist, racist and mean, a thin-skinned misogynist, vile drama queen. No doubt you have heard of Trump Tower, I'm sure, plus many more holdings worldwide by the score, each of them taken by cheating and lies and bilking and bullying without compromise. Did you e'er hear about that poor farmer in Clare, whom Trump so harassed that he sold in despair? Or the lady in Scotland who refused to sell, so he blocked off her water and said, "Go to hell"? Anybody can live in a fine Trump Tower flat as long as they're rich and not renting while black, or Hispanic or Muslim, gay, cripple or Jew, really anyone decent like me or like you. He says climate change is a liberal hoax as he sits in Trump Tower watching regular folks get pummeled by cyclones and sea level rise from the comfort of his super exclusive high-rise. Donald Trump doesn't think much of black lives, but that shouldn't come as a great big surprise. If you're not Donald Trump or big in the Trump biz, then your life simply isn't as worthy as his. He says Mexicans are a bunch of rapists, but in fact it's the Donald that shoe really fits. He forcibly grabs women by their hoo-hoo, and if they complain, then he threatens to sue. For Trump's view of women's exceedingly crass, he feels up the ones he calls nice piece of ass. He insults the rest of them, calling them dogs or else nasty, uppity, ugly, fat slobs. And when he gets bored with them, trades in his wives when they're old and washed up at about 35. He specially hates females with brains twixt their ears. 'Tis intelligent women that Donald most fears. Wildlife are screwed thanks to Donald Trump's sons, who kill endangered species with glee and their guns. Elephants, rhinos, tigers, cheetahs and lions are just some of the victims of their wildlife crimes. Caribou, moose, muskox, all sorts of prey they mow down with the blessing of the old NRA. Laugh the NRA, that's nothing, we'll show you cruel. Just keep buying our guns and you can shoot half a school. Give a kick up the arse now to Donald J. Trump, whose soul is a festerin' foul rubbish dump. Bigoted, narcissist, racist, and mean, a thin-skinned misogynist, vile drama queen. Trump thinks that dictators have the right stuff. He says that to get things done one must be tough. With Vladimir Putin he's in a bromance, and I'd say he admires old Napoleon of France. He seems to forget we've a constitution, government by the people, not just by the one. An American prez must not act the despot or take governing cues from Cambodia's Pol Pot. But in these dark days, there's no time for despair, for gnashing your teeth or for tearing your hair. Get pissed off, get angry, fight for our country, and remember that most voters chose Hillary. We're a nation of laws and of democracy, not some trashy daft game show on daytime TV. And while it seems Trump's been mistakenly hired, millions of us can't wait to tell Donald, "You're fired."